If you're a homeowner, please tell me you locked in when rates were like 5.99, because every day since the Federal Reserve cut, rates are going up. Could it get worse? Absolutely, it could seriously get worse within the next 48 hours. So what we're going to talk about in this video is it's not the election coming up, which this could be catastrophic for some cities. It's actually, are the tariffs. Are the tariffs actually going to be deemed legal or illegal? Well, the Supreme Court is hearing this tomorrow. This could be the biggest news that we've had in a long time. So my name is Dan Frio, folks. My goal here is to explain to you guys what the heck's going on with those each day and why. So basically, the main topic we're going to talk about today is we're going to skip over the election. We're going to go right to here, tariffs. Now, why is this such a big news? Well, here's what's happening. Tariffs are actually helping this situation right here. This is our national debt. And this is actually what most interest rates, that's why we have basically bonds, is because our government doesn't have enough money. So how they spend money or how they spend extra money is they issue bonds. We put all that stuff on credit cards. What the government does is when they don't have any money, they issue bonds. So the goal here is to drive down this number. Well, if you see it, it's not going down very quickly. We can see right through here, it's actually at 37 trillion and going up. Well, this thing could massively go up even higher if these tariffs are deemed illegal. Let me explain to you how all this works. Okay, so if you're watching my videos, hopefully, well, if you're a homeowner right now and you didn't take advantage of these rates, please go over to my website. I actually created a website or a tool here to help you guys out. So I created the Rate Watch 2.0. What this is basically, if you're a homeowner, plug in the interest rate you would like me to reach out to you when rates hit there. So let's say you're at 7 and you're like, damn, when rates hit 6, reach out to me. Let's go over the numbers. That's basically what that does. I don't sell the data. I'll be the one personally reaching out to you. So, but let's go over to here and see how this works. So when the government doesn't have money, they issue bonds. The more bonds that they issue, the more bonds that hit the market, well, it's going to drive down the prices of the bond because there's excess of that. Anytime you have an excess of anything, the prices go down to get rid of it. So when bond prices go down, here's what happens. We go over to the bond market right through here. Bond prices go down. This is the MBS. When the prices go down, rates go up. And this is what happened yesterday. And that's why mortgage rates went up. So today, it's not faring so well. We're up 4. I don't think that's going to do anything. But the situation we have right now is if tariffs are deemed illegal, we might have to refund billions of dollars. Where are we going to get it? We'll have to issue more bonds. What's going to do with that with the price of a bond? What happened with housing in 2008 when you had a glut of homes hit the market? You had rates or prices plummet. So if you flood the market with more and more bonds, well, you're going to have the prices go down, yields going up. So that's what's happening. So let's go over to the Treasury Secretary. What options do they have if the Supreme Court deems this illegal?
The Supreme Court were to go against the president on this. Are you confident that another route can be found to continue with the policy and not get into the morass of trying to be? I don't even know how it would work if you had to, start reversing some of the what we've seen with the tariffs.
Yeah, Joe, there are lots of other authorities that can be used, but IEPA is by far the cleanest, and it gives the U.S. and the president the most negotiating authority. And again, when we get something like October 8th, where the entire manufacturing ecosystem in the U.S. and the world was at threat of shutdown, then it's very important to be able to have these. The others are more cumbersome, but they can be effective, less. It hinders the president's negotiating ability to be able to protect the American people and the American economy. So, this is very important tomorrow, and SCOTUS is going to hear this. And again, this is a signature policy for the president, and traditionally SCOTUS has been loath to interfere with these signature policies.
Yes.
Okay, so that's somewhat good news. It looked like maybe he was reading off of something, so I don't know how that went. But there are options. This is the cleanest way to go, and they're hoping that the Supreme Court does rule in their favor. That is the biggest news that come out, because if they deem it illegal, yeah, there's other ways to do this, but it's not. It's going to be a little stickier. They're probably going to have to refund money. It's just going to be a mess. And part of the big beautiful tax bill was predicated off of this. So if this goes away, there's going to be ramifications everywhere, and that's not good news for mortgage rates. So here's what we're seeing right through here. We have MBSs right now up 5 ticks. That's actually good. Let's look at a 2-day trend, which isn't so good. That's up. Well, it's pretty much flat. Let's go to a 5-day chart, and it is down. So here's basically when the Federal Reserve cut rates. They cut rates back here. And again, when this goes down, look at this chart. When this chart goes down, that means mortgage rates are going up. So the Federal Reserve cut. What happened? All the way down here, and that means mortgage rates went up. So did you take advantage of it? Let me check out the Rate Watch tool that we have. Let's get over to the other markets on how they're faring. Hey, I just got to say something. If you're out there buying a house and you've been waiting for the house prices to go down and they haven't gone down, this might be an opportunity for you to at least look at the numbers again to see if maybe you could afford that house once again. If you're in that dilemma and you just want to kick the tires, I'd love to talk with you. Folks, I'm licensed in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico, so if you're out there in need of refinancing or buying a house, I'd love to be able to help you. I've been doing this over 35 years. If you're a home buyer, we have a program right through here. This will give you up to $7,000 in down payment assistance if you need it. Even if you don't need it, check it out. The thing is, with this, you don't have to pay it back. There's no lien, there's no payments, basically free money. But let's get over to how the markets are reacting today. Did you see Palantir's earnings last night? It's insane. They talk like billions of dollars like they're pennies. But Palantir, they blew away their earnings, but that's not seeming to matter right now. It's red all the way across the board. Supreme Court going to deem the tariffs legal. Where's the election's going to go? I think there's a lot of uncertainties through here. So we have the Dow Jones, the S&P, the NASDAQ all down. We got oil down at $60 a barrel. That is the sweet spot to be. At $60 a barrel, this helps inflation. Okay, so we know tariffs, they're going to drive inflation up. Okay, it's inevitable. This could help huge. Okay, so then we also have the bond market also dropping as well. So that's what we're seeing through there. Another part of this equation that's happening behind the scenes, well, not behind the scenes, if you watch CNBC or any of the financial channels, it's earnings season. So we have about a third of the S&P 500 earnings coming out in the last 2 weeks. Here's we got Palantir blew away the earnings, but really what I'm focused in on is today, tomorrow, and the next week. Some of these AI companies I get, but I'm more concerned about like McDonald's and Taco Bell and things like that, things where I go. So I'm looking at those because I think those companies are in a little bit of a dilemma right now because millennials, it's have and have nots. And what they're showing right now is if you're in the market, you're doing good. I mean, think of the stock market this year. It's probably up another 20%. The S&P's been up, I think, over 20% over the last 3 or 4 years. You need to get in the market. Each week, I usually come in here on Stock Talk Tuesdays, go over stocks with you and things like that. Let me comment down below if you would. Let me know if you still want me to do Stock Talk Tuesdays. Last time we had like 30 people, and I don't know if I'm getting the people. So maybe I need to turn the dial and change what we talk about. So let me know down below what you'd like to learn a little bit more about. But my focus here is on mortgage rates and why they change. So right through here, here's what the Federal Reserve monitors. Now, this data isn't coming out. That's why the markets are saying, okay, what data can we really focus in on? So the markets have been focusing in on earnings. They've been focusing in on other things. But now in the next 48 hours, we got the mayoral race, and we have the Supreme Court judging on tariffs. So since we don't have any of these news things, we usually go to the economic calendar. Unfortunately, there we don't have the data either. Usually today we get what's called the JOLT index. This is how many job openings and labor transfers there are. This kind of gives us the health of the jobs market. And then tomorrow we will have the ADP payroll numbers. So they're going to start coming out, I think it's weekly or bi-monthly with some data each week to give us at least an idea where the jobs reports are going. Now, the markets are going to use this data because there's nothing else out there. So we'll take a look at that. We'll track it over time, but I'm going to go out on a limb. If you stayed with me this long, I'm going to say that the government shutdown will be over by next week at this time. Let me know if you agree down there. I'm going to put a poll out there. That is my thing. So I'm posting that out there. I'm going to give you my reasons, maybe by the end of the week once they do come out of shutdown. And I'll say, well, here's what I knew was happening. So check that out. But let me know below down there what you're thinking. But last but not least, since we don't have any data, folks, if you need some help when it comes to a mortgage, I'd love to help you. If you're a veteran out there looking for a VA loan that, you're going to some of those companies, check out my VA program loans up here. You guys are getting scammed, a lot of you guys. But if you're out there trying to figure out, who's got the best rate in town, that's what you're looking for. Here, let me give you my slogan. My slogan's this. It's one application, one credit pool, we're going to compare or can't compare your loan to over 30 different lenders. How do we do that? Well, check out this video up through here. It's each Wednesday, Alan and I come out here and we actually show you behind the scenes on what we do and actually how we do it. So if you're new to this, check out the video. If you want to check out what your rate would be, well, check out tomorrow's live event. We're going to be live tomorrow to go through this, or what you can actually do is just reach out to us. You can give us a call right through here. Ask Dan a question right above my head, schedule an appointment, or just upload your loan estimate. Let's say you got a quote from another lender right now, and you're like, Dan, can you review this with your 30 lenders? Absolutely. What we'll do is we'll do a video. We'll break down what you're getting versus what we can get you, and hopefully, just hopefully, if we're beating them on the fees and the rate, we win you as a client. So that's what I do. That's our report for today. So folks, pay attention to what's going on in the markets. Pay attention to what's going on in your area. If you're looking to vote today, get out there and vote. But the biggest thing is pay attention to the Supreme Court's decision on tariffs. This will be the biggest market mover we're going to have in a long time. So thanks for watching, folks. My name is Dan Frio, and I love doing this. And if you love my videos, please subscribe over there so every time I post a video, you get an alert. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you later today at the closing bell to let you know how this mess ends and why. Take care. Have a great day. See you then. Bye-bye.